is to be gentle with yourself as you enter this new phase of life. It's a great time to explore, to have some fun, to take some risk, and maybe even fail once or twice along the way. Because, as one of my coaching partners, Donna Cooper, likes to say, the path to success is rarely a straight line, right? Some of us can attest to that today. So wherever your path takes you, work to create visions and goals for yourself that are powerful enough to really pull you forward, right? Rather than having to push and use your gut and your willpower. That's one of my clients actually described it this way. She said, the distinction to me is saying I have to lose 30 pounds to fit into my wedding gown versus, I want to look and feel awesome when I get out of the shower every morning and stand naked in front of my mirror. There's a difference, right? Mm-hmm. The second principle I want to share with you is spend most of your time with people who bring out your best. And I know that sounds incredibly obvious to most of us here today. But think about it. Are there people in your lives that sort of you spend a little too much time with and just a little exhausted? You kind of think, oh yeah, we've got to go to that luncheon, so-and-so, right? We've all been there. We all have those folks in our lives. And, my experience says that if we surround ourselves with incredibly positive people who want to do their best, that it brings out the best in us, right? So surround yourself with an upbeat network, high-performing friends, colleagues who you genuinely admire, and then your own positivity, creativity, and success, I think, will follow. Yes, there are negative people in the world. We're going to have to do business with them sometimes, right? So you may be saying, well, what if it's a close friend or a colleague that does bring me down? It kind of brings out my worst. So first we have to consider why that is. We might have to do our own business. We might have to clean up, right? It might be something to do with us or our own perception. We also might have to extend our boundaries. Right? I heard someone say once we can all extend our boundaries about 35-40% and be healthier for it. So when you think about that, and having to do business with that person who's close to you that may not bring out your best, I think we can do that in a couple of ways. And one is to extend those boundaries. I have a good friend of mine, I'll say good friend, from Tennessee. His name is, let's call him Jeff, but his real name is Gary. And I grew up with Gary. We went away to college together, and he was a great guy on so many levels. But over the years, he's become more and more negative. He rarely has a good thing to say about himself or anyone else. And I've talked to him about that, one-on-one at length, and it just doesn't get any better. And so at some point, I just finally said, you know what, I'm going to try something, a little experiment. And I did a couple of things. The first thing was easy. It was like, well, instead of a weekend or family vacations together, things of that nature, let's go to dinner instead. Right? Let's just kind of contain that time and sort of see how that works. How does that feel? The next thing was, whenever possible, I started to include other people. Right? Because, like all of us, when we're in a crowd, especially an unfamiliar crowd of folks, we put that mask, that social mask on. And we're a little more optimistic. Right? We're a little more fun to be around. And you know what? That worked for us. We've salvaged the friendship. We enjoy each other, and he no longer zaps my energy. Right? So surrounding yourself with optimistic people has been very important to me. The third principle I want to share is when all else fails, simply be human. This is very Thomas Leonard, who was fond of saying that there's something incredibly attractive about just being human, even when we're a mess. And sometimes we are, right? And when we're clearly not being who we know we can be. To me, that includes things like being honest with ourselves and being kind to others. And in my experience, we can drop that pretense for a while and realize that being a wonderfully flawed, good person can just be richly satisfying. We can laugh at life, we can laugh at ourselves, we can become fully able to accept and enjoy both the positive and negative things that come our way. Now, if you're like me, sometimes it is making that B or C, or it's the difficulty of growing a successful business, or an important relationship, or caregiving for a parent as they near death. It's those things that really bring out our humanness, and it really helps us to realize that we're pretty darn awesome just as we are. So of course, sometimes these visions will take us down some pretty interesting roads, and sometimes we will have to deal with folks who don't bring out our best. But at the end, I think we learn our lessons, we move forward, and we realize that everything is temporary. So, like our valedictorian, I want to leave you with a kind of a famous quote by Steve Jobs. And this one says, have the courage to follow your heart and your intuition, because they already know what you truly want to become. Congratulations, graduates. Thank you for the opportunity.
Woo! Yeah.